The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. A dark day for Africa. They thought they could break the spine of the Sahel. Yesterday, the enemies of African sovereignty struck at the very heart of the AES. General Sadio Kamara, the man who looked the West in the eye and said, "No more," has been taken from us. This wasn't just a tea attack. This was a surgical strike. A message from Kati to Gao, from Kidal to Savary. The soil of Mali is crying out. But the question we must ask today on the latest G1 is, who sent the wolf? Because when they started taking out our defense ministers, they aren't just fighting a war. They are hunting our future. Our own future is what these people are after. Let's look at the facts. They don't want you to connect. On Saturday, April 25th, it wasn't just one bomb. It was a coordinated attack. While the world looked away, the GNIM and the FLA, groups that claim to be enemies, sadly found a common paymaster. They hit the military base in Kati. They hit the presidential residence. They even hit the airport in Bamako. But their primary target, the residence of General Sadio Kamara. They used a car bomb to take out the man who orchestrated the exit of French forces. They didn't just want him dead. They wanted to destroy the brain of the Malian defense. They took his life, his wife, and his grandchild. This is the democracy they want to bring back to our land. This is the liberation they are promising us. This is the better Africa they want to give to us by taking out the people who are protecting us. Now open your eyes to the global stage. Look at what is happening in Iran. For months, the US-Israel alliance has been systematically hunting Iranian leaders and targeting their infrastructure. Why? Because they want the resources, because they cannot stand a nation that stands on its own feet. They want leaders like we have in the democratic elected that are bowing down to them. The same script is being played out here in the Sahel. Just as they go after the leaders in Tehran to destabilize the Middle East, they are going after the architects of the AES to destabilize Africa.
Declaring national mourning. The President of the Transition, Head of State, having regard to the Constitution, having regard to the revised Transition Charter, decrees. Article 1. A 2-day national mourning period, starting on Monday, April 27 at 0, is declared throughout the national territory in tribute to General Sadio Kamara, Minister of State, Minister of Defense, and Veterans Affairs. Following his tragic death on Saturday, April 25, 2026, flags are flown at half-mast on all public buildings and edifices for the duration of the mourning period. Article 2. This decree will be registered and published in the Bamako Official Journal on April 26, 2026. Press Release Number 2026-002 from the Transitional Government. The Transitional Government of Mali deeply regrets to inform the public of the tragic death of Lieutenant General Sadio Kamara, Minister of State, Minister of Defense, and Veterans Affairs. Indeed, following the cowardly terrorist incidents that took place on the morning of April 25, 2026, a vehicle bomb driven by a suicide bomber targeted the residence of the minister, who engaged in exchanges with the attackers, some of whom he managed to eliminate. During the intense clashes, he was injured and then taken to hospital where he unfortunately succumbed. In addition, The collapse of his residence caused other victims, and the destruction of a nearby mosque led to the death of some of the worshippers who were inside. In these painful circumstances, His Excellency Army General Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the government and the Malian people offer their most saddened condolences to the family of the illustrious deceased. All civilian and military victims who died in the terrorist incidents of April 25, 2026 are associated with these condolences. In light of the career of the illustrious deceased, His Excellency Army General Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, as well as all the defense and security forces, pay a vibrant tribute to this general officer who was always characterized by his fighting spirit, his indignation, his humanism, and his professionalism. His record is embedded in national defense, and who was keen to respect his oath to give his nation every drop of his blood. Consequently, by decision of His Excellency, Army General Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the late Army General, Lieutenant General Sadio Kamara, Minister of State, Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, will be entitled to a state funeral, which will be the subject of a press release. May God bless and preserve Mali and its people. Bamako Abbey, April 26, Best 2026. Thank you, Hada.
Mr. Minister, Lieutenant General Sadio Kamara, Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs. This is a central figure in the overhaul of the Malian military apparatus.
They see our gold. They see our uranium in Niger. They see our new Confederation Bank we just launched in Bamako. They know that if the AES succeeds, the colonial era is over forever. So they do what they always do best. Assassination, sabotage, chaos. That is all that they give to the world in the name of their democracy. They are using these rebel groups as their ground troops to go do the dirty work the Western powers can no longer do openly. So, what does this mean for Mali? They think by taking Kamara, the AES will crumble. They are wrong. First, this will cause a massive escalation. The Malian armed forces and the African corps are already moving. The hunt for the FLA and the GNIM leadership has begun. Our resources are under threat. By targeting the leadership, they want to create a power vacuum so they can swoop in and reclaim the mines we just nationalized. This is a test of fire for President Assimi Goïta. They want to see him blink. But they forget one thing about the African spirit. We do not bow. When you take one out who fought for the people, you don't bury him. You plant a seed. Every Malian soldier today is a Sadio Kamara. And the more you take us out thinking you are going to weaken us like they did in Iran, we are coming back stronger. This is our time. The African has said no. Enough is enough. And that is what we are going by. There is no one that will bring us down again. They have tried to bury the African. Nkrumah is back. Sankara is back. Muammar Gaddafi is back. All the freedom fighters of Africa. The more you bury us, the more we germinate. And we will continue to fight for our total liberation. Just like Iran is doing, is the same thing that is going to happen on the soil of Africa. I hope this our African Union that is protecting borders like Julius Maada Bio rightfully said, will wake up. Attack on one nation in Africa is attack on all of us. And enough of giving us statements. Statements wouldn't change the narrative. Like Captain Ibrahim Traore said, before they even come out to read the statement, it has been written for them. What kind of leaders are you that cannot fight, cannot protect the same land your forefathers protected and sacrificed their lives for? We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.